movie out this weekend called Death Sentence. Has Kevin Bacon, Kelly Preston, John Goodman in it. Looks really good.
Looks awesome, yeah.
Also, another guy in it, you know him from Friday Night Lights. Also, he was in Troy. His name is Garrett Hedlund. How you doing, Garrett?
I'm doing fantastic, guys. Thanks for having me on.
It's great to have you, dude. We, liked you in Friday Night Lights and as Don Billingsley, and I read somewhere that you were actually a huge fan of Tim McGraw, correct?
Yeah, that was like one of the biggest surreal sort of events was, because growing up on the farm, we get back from the school bus and have to jump in the tractor, and if you're lucky enough to get the tractor with the radio, we only had one country station in our town, so it was all Faith and Tim, and that's why it was so surreal, because I actually met, when we initially met for that role of who was going to play the father was with James Hetfield. Lead singer of Metallica.
I never knew that. Hetfield was actually, and the reason why we bring up Tim McGraw, in case you haven't seen the movie Friday Night Lights, Garrett here, he plays Don Billingsley, and his father is Tim McGraw. But You're saying James Hetfield from Metallica was up for that role?
Yeah, and that was so funny, and it was literally the first day that I was going to be shooting. They said, "Do you want to come meet your father?" But. For me, it was so funny because with James, I was like, you know what? I was listening to your music when I was doing community service in Minnesota. Then I said, actually, I think I was listening to your movie when I got in trouble in order to do community service. And he didn't like it at all, man. He's born again. Literally, if you want to wear a Metallica shirt in a film, can't be smoking, drinking, chewing, nothing.
You're kidding
Really?
me. So that's like the Metallica rules?
Now at this point,
Well, let me
Wow.
tell you something, Garrett. I actually interviewed James Hetfield right after he got out of rehab, not thinking what I was doing, and this was at the Summer Sanitarium tour some years back, and I got trashed.
So you were wasted interviewing a guy that just got out of rehab?
And I went in, and it was a very intimidating situation. One, it's James Hetfield of
Yeah.
Metallica,
Right.
And I'm put into this portable, like an RV
Right.
with nothing in it other than a drum kit. And I go in there with my promotions guy from the radio station, and in walks James Hetfield and his bodyguard, and they say, "Look, you got 8 minutes." I am trashed. Dude, I reeked like alcohol, and I didn't realize what I had done until I walked in there, and someone said, "Dude, you might want to take a breath minute. My man just got out of rehab."
He's gonna want to make out with you.
Yeah, it happens.
And again, in theaters today, the movie's Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon here, and also Garrett Hedlund. Now, Garrett, it's pretty cool to work with Kevin Bacon. I'm a big Footloose fan. I like Kevin Bacon in all of his movies. Did you guys shoot the what about some of Footloose? Will he even talk about it?
I laugh about that once in a while with Kevin, but he's so he's so great, man. And working with him and just. He's such a veteran, He's like it's so second nature with him. He makes everything look so easy, and he's just as comfortable. He's just as I don't think his heartbeat changes a bit from off camera to on camera. He's one of the calmest sort of natural guys around, and it's so great taking that, learning that, and going on to the next film and feeling twice as strong.
That's awesome. I actually read the other day that he said he's proud of his past in Footloose, but it's kind of a hindrance because he'll go out to a bar and try to dance with his wife or something, and then a bunch of people will crowd around him in a circle and clap. Did anybody do that while you guys were filming?
There was our initial cast get-together saying hello right before we even started shooting, a couple days before. There was a little band playing at this little gig we were at, and a couple of older guys, I'd say around 50 even, and they start playing the theme from Footloose.
Yes.
And I was talking with Kevin then, we're just getting to know each other, and he turns to me, he puts down his drink, and he goes, "Everywhere I go."
That's
Then he stood up and he went up there and he sang the whole song. The guy is amazing.
That's
He's
cool.
so great, and all that stuff, he appreciates it.
Well, before we let you go, let's obviously tell us about Death Sentence, again, in theaters today. And the previews, the trailers that I've seen.
Looks awesome.
It looks great. And Kevin Bacon plays a great psycho. He plays a great nut job.
It was killer. it. We had the premiere, and I finally sort of had that moment in the film when he just sort of turns and he's like, "Goodbye, Owen." And when he's turned bad, or like in that sense, but I was just like, yeah. And the music starts bumping, dum, 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 dum. And everybody in the audience is just bobbing their heads like they're all nodding yes. like it's this is the time, and everybody in the audience is just knocking their head up and down like, all right.
Now, with you doing Death Sentence now and looking back and going into the second season on NBC with Friday Night Lights, the television show. Obviously, again, you played Don Billingsley in the movie, and you see the guy playing Riggins, which is your character from the movie. He gets a lot more ass in the television show that you did in the movie. Does that bother you at all?
Does that bother me? No. For me and my character, they said, "Look, we want to give you a lot of ass in this film," and I said, "Guys, I appreciate it. Know where your heads are at. I like it, but I don't want it."
You passed on the ass?
I passed on the ass. I said, I need to focus on this. All right, guys? You keep throwing all that little fanani at me. What am I going to do?
Hit it.
For me, I didn't want anything to lean back on. I said, football's it. If this doesn't happen, I don't want this guy to be fit. I don't want him to have a great girl. Nothing. He's got nothing to fall back on. It's either this or nothing.
All right, hey, Garrett, we're going to let you go, man. Death Sentence in theaters today. It's a horror/drama type of flick, man. Looking forward to going and seeing it.
Vigilante completely. Guys, check it out, man, tonight.
Kevin Bacon, Kelly Preston's in it, John Goodman's in it, and Garrett Hedlund's in it. It was great meeting you, brother. Thanks for coming on the show.
You as well, guys.
All right, take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time, guys.
Excellent. Thanks, Garrett.
You listen.